What's up, people? One Up Punch here. So I want to talk about Angels Fall first, since it released into 1.0 July 11th, 2026 as of yesterday. And the reason why I want to talk about it mainly is because I wasn't even sure when this game was going to be released, due to the fact that it came out in early access as of October 1st, 2015, almost about 10 plus years ago. And it's been on and off, having people play it, have some people leaving, have some people coming back, have an influx every once in a while. But if you don't know what Angels Fall First is, the game is essentially a first person shooter, like similar to Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2, or maybe even like Planetside 2, to where you have space fights with destroyers and frigates, trying to capture different objective points or being able to go to another vessel and destroy it from the inside, having firefights and so on, being able to repair your own module from being destroyed from the other team, or being able to revive a downed player. And there's different types of classes and loadouts with different varying weapons. You have like machine guns, you have a 40mm rail gun, you have a 30mm cannon, a rocket launcher, a sniper rifle, you have a couple different variants of shotguns and pistols and different types of weapons here and there, as well as the melee weapon, which is the knife, which a lot of people use because it can deal with either a normal slashing maneuver or a stabbing maneuver. You could also take control of these different types of vehicles or different ships that you're currently flying. You have crews that are with you that will go and shoot in turrets while you shoot the main guns, like the main battery cannons, the charged lasers, missiles, torpedoes, bombs, whichever, and you can just fight each other in PvP. Now, if you don't get into a server, you can get into a normal instant action offline without needing to play online and just be able to play the commander role to where you can have upgraded for equipment or ships, or even fly the commander vessel itself and then launch more of the AI to go fight, or have the AI do it for you and not have to worry about it later. But I was playing in multiplayer, and there's a decent amount of people when it first came out into 1.0 as of July 11th, and the player base has gone up. They do have 32 player servers, and once you get to that specific point, you can't really play anymore. It doesn't queue, it just puts you somewhere else. But they have different maps. They have all maps, which is all space maps. They have all land maps, or they have a mix in between. And I'm playing with these guys here. I think it was a full 32-man server, and we're going off and trying to fight inside this big kind of frigate or destroyer, shooting all the different types of like terminals or modules or whichever. And the way that it works is that you could blow them up and they stop doing different things like gun emplacements or turrets. Or if you go shoot the core, it'll do a detonation sequence to where right before the ship will blow up, it'll do a countdown timer. And after the countdown timer reaches 0, everything inside that ship is gone, blown up, destroyed. So if you're attached to it with your gunship, you blow up with it. But it's got pretty fun gameplay mechanics in terms of shooting goes. As I stated, you have your guns, you have different attachments like holographic sights, sniper scopes, kind of like zoom in features as well. You have other ammunition like corrosive, incendiary, shock, and you have also different types of attachments. But the way that it works when it comes down to the loadouts is that you have a specific amount that you can only get to, meaning that if you go above and beyond it, the budget's too high and you can't deploy. So you have to put it down to enough of a point that if you bring like 2 primary weapons, like a shotgun or assault weapon, or a sniper rifle and a light machine gun, that it has to be under that specific budget, or if you increase your budget, then you can go up to that specific point. Otherwise, like I said, no deployability, nothing. The other thing when it comes down to the bigger vessels is that you will get put in or have like a pop-up that says, do you want to use this? And if you do, you could drive it, or if you have a crew, they'll be inside the turrets and the different weapon systems in there. It's not just an immediate, you can go find the frigate or Star Destroyer and do it. You have to either let the commander tell you that you want them to do it, or you have to go through like another weird vetting process. The way that it works is that if you want to do fly in the game in space, you have normal fighters, bombers, scouts, and so on that will let you fly around until that option pops up. So if you want to upgrade or get to the higher ships, that's how it works out. It's only if a pop-up shows up and you can either accept it or deny it. Now, this game's been in development for about 10 plus years now, and I know some of you be like, well, that's just too long. And I have to agree with you because I can't tell you how many times I forgot about it and then rediscovered it, or forgot about it again and then rediscovered it because of the Steam notifications popping up. But now that it's in 1.0 full release, it has got a full asking price of about $18 with a 10% off sale. And I remember seeing a couple of these comments on the discussion page or in the community hub on Steam saying, well, the game was 50% off on the summer sale. That's the summer sale. Like, let's be real here. They need to make money. The game's in 1.0, and they've done a lot of quality of life and hotfix improvements. So they want to get their money's worth, and it's still under $20. That being said, it's mainly just a game that if you want to get into these really big firefights or play against bots, if you can't get into the main lobby, then I would recommend people playing it. Before the video ends, the game had a long ways to go from 10 years up until now at this point in 2026. And now that it's full release in 1.0, I know that there are people complaining about other games being 4 or 5 years. Let them cook. They're going to develop, they're going to make their game better, and they're going to try to get that money because they want to have people play their game after they put a bunch of time and effort into it. So going off and review bombing a game, saying it sucks ass, or saying the developers are idiots for this specific reason is never a good idea in the first place, and I've seen people do it a lot to developers to where they just don't want to do anything anymore, or they want to make it a cash grab. So let them work on their game, improve upon it, and make it better. Give them the time because that's the reason why it was in early access to begin with. But I've been One Nut Punch, and this has been Angels Fall First. I'll see you in the next one.